Yeah, but I think my body took most of it. I just got coiled up pretty quick. I think it was a good thing that Alex wasn't on the net because it kind of gave it some room to move, which was good. But you can see in the video my whole body just crunched up, so it's kind of everywhere.
So it wasn't a concussion per se.
No, all that was clear. I had to do the tests and stuff, but all that's clear. And then mostly just it's my whole body pretty much, to be honest.
Just
everything
kind of
on
wrenched it or something?
Yeah, it's just battling different parts of the body, back, neck.
So what do you do? Just rest, or do you?
Yeah, a lot of treatment and rest, magnesium. I don't know.
Mindset-wise, where are you guys at coming out of that trip?
We talked about it. I think we just gotta focus back on what we're good at, and if you look at the big picture, that Leafs team is a pretty good team. But it's disappointing the result. But you look at a full season, that's going to be a good team we're going to battle with. So it's disappointing to come out there with just 1 point, but we're going to be in those opportunities a bunch this year. So it's good to know what it feels like.
It looked like they did, maybe not so much on D, but at least with the forwards and the power play, pretty significant shake-up with the looks today. Can that be a good thing for you guys at this point?
Yeah, I think it's a privilege to be on special teams, and whatever guys get it done is going to be out there, and it's a results type of league. So we just got to get back to what we were doing the first few games and put the pucks on the net. Hopefully they go in.
You don't want to place too much importance on games like 17, 18, 19, 20, whatever, but it does kind of feel like it's a pretty important part of the season here for you guys, right?
Yeah, it's a tough stretch. I think we're teams go through it. Hopefully we're not in this rut for too long. I wouldn't even call it a rut. I just think we just got to get back to a full 60. We did it for the most part of both those games. So, dig ourselves out of it. We know how to do that. We've all been in adversity situations, so I think it's good for us.
Jay, can you explain maybe the stress on a G4 when you're playing back-to-back and then you're down to 5? Even though, unfortunately, you were the guy that was out of the lineup. How does that just change the whole dynamic of the game?
I've done it before. I've played with 5. It's tough. You're expected to go out there every other shift pretty much. So, I think guys can do it. We can all protect each other and play if somebody's down. And I don't know. It's tough. You get more minutes, but it's the same thing.
Derek, a little juggling the lines a little bit. Got Milano up there. What do you like about that possibility there?
Yeah, I wanted to elevate probably Villano and Rass up a little bit, just having their legs a little bit on the wing. I wouldn't read too much in lines. I think we're going to go 11-7 tomorrow. Still got to figure that out on some things, and I think you might see a lot of different combinations. It's tough because it's a frustrating read off 2 games. You play 2 games in 11 days. And the way those 2 games played out, it's very frustrating. We obviously could be sitting here talking about 2 wins over there, but we are not. And we kind of self-inflicted not getting more points on that trip, and our 5-on-5 play's actually been pretty good. So I want to be careful. I think change is needed. I think it's keeps things fresh with the guys. At the same time, I want to be careful with the messaging and that. We did some pretty good things there, but obviously not enough.
So what didn't you like then? What was the main thing to kind of spur this on a little bit?
I just think it's some change. And again, it's probably not far off. I think we're going to look at an 11-7 possibly tomorrow. And when you go that 11-7, in which we've done 3 times this year, we're 3-0 in doing it. I just think gives a natural mix to the lines, a blender, if you will. So I think you'll see a lot of different combinations. Today was just some things we worked on with that group.
What have you liked from Joe's game that makes you think, or that you like putting him on that line?
Skating. He gets north. He makes plays with some pace. He's been pretty good in most situations. So I just think what he brings, a little more size, a little more north, might be able to just give some changes to, some guys towards the top of the lineup.
Obviously been a little quieter stretch for Larkin here lately.
Yeah.
Is there anything you're seeing, how much of that's been us being backed out here in a couple of games?
Yeah, It's, obviously, it seems like at times, when he's pitching in offensively, obviously it's a big boost for us. So, yeah, he probably reflects the rest of our team. Good, not great. And probably just, again, a little change to want a little more. Maybe he can get a little help instead of him driving the line like he usually does.
You going with the Village tomorrow?
No, we're going to go with Alex Lyon. So I liked what Alex gave us. I don't know how fair it'd be to put Villy in, considering this was his first practice in about a week. So I just think I liked what Alex gave us. I think he built some confidence within the group. We'll come right back with him tomorrow.
Have you decided beyond that, or?
No, we'll get through tomorrow. Go from there.
I'm assuming going 11-7 means you're anticipating Jake Walman will be good to go?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
foresee
tomorrow.
Jake to be good to go. If not, I still foresee us in most scenarios going 11-7 tomorrow.
And Alex does jump in. How difficult / impressive is what he did to kind of have him sat and not play for as long and then kind of do what he did last week?
Yeah, very good. But watching him day in and day out with his approach, it did not surprise me. I was comfortable at any time playing him. And obviously the time came through a unique circumstance. And he obviously performed well.
For certain goalies, is there a reason that certain guys can't? Do they practice certain ways? Or like
I think so. I think mentality and just the nature of being a backup. And you might go through stretches of not playing and then be called upon, especially with him being in that third role. He's done it in the past. And again, there'd be times throughout that long stretch of him not playing, I would have talked to him, just try to communicate how he's doing. And again, he's fine. He's in a good spot. This is his job, and he went about his business.
Derek, you said 2 games in 11 days, and you had time before the 2 games. Now you have a few more days. Now you're going to play every other day, beginning tomorrow through Sunday. Are you kind of curious? Is this where maybe the effects of the Sweden trip might show itself?
No, it could be, but I think it could be a positive. Again, I give the league a ton of credit. If you look at our schedule, it's not as condensed on both ends of it as you would think. Not ideal. By agreeing to go to Sweden, we knew there would be some pockets in our schedule that weren't ideal, but at the same time, we had plenty of rest. We're getting every day, our back-to-backs play out fairly well. I'm not overly concerned. There'll be some internal moments probably throughout a stretch that I probably won't communicate with you guys that we may suffer from this, but I think we're going to benefit from it. I think there's a lot of positives from the team spending some time together away from the usual routine. It's really tough to judge. There's such frustration that sits in both those games, the way they played out. We got what we deserved. We beat ourselves in both situations, but with that said, there's some pretty good things in those games. I just think it's a reflection of where we're at. It's okay. It's not good enough, and it's not where we want to be. I mean, in reality, you look at where we are after 17 games, maybe we could take a little reset with the time off we've had here. This is probably what we all expected, but I think this group has shown it can do a little bit more, and I think this group wants a little bit more. And we'll have our opportunity, New Jersey, Boston, a little stretch here, next 2 games.